what's up? Welcome back to our channel. We haven't put out a video for
5 ever.
Five ever. So we've come across a few bumps in the road. So we were in Malaysia for a month and we kind of found like our sweet spot, and we thought, okay, next place we'll go like 3 weeks and 3 weeks, but we have come to like a hiccup, I guess you could say, with some family complications. So we've actually had to expedite our travels. So now we're moving a lot faster.
So we were in Bali for 2 weeks. We're going to talk more about Bali in a second. And then we are currently coming from Thailand right now, and then we're going to be heading Vietnam and then Japan and then heading home. So it's going a lot faster than we anticipated, and it's not really to our preference, but they're kind of the cards that we were dealt, unfortunately. But we've made the most of it. So anyways, let's talk about Bali. So 5 reasons.
What was that clap? Okay, just keep going. I'll just edit it out.
So 5 reasons that you should visit Bali. We love Bali. It was an outstanding experience. We stayed 1 week in Canggu, 1 week in Ubud. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was by far the best place that we have visited so far for these 5 reasons that we're going to run down. So number 1, most important to us, is food. Food options for us are definitely a huge factor into where we want to eventually settle down. And Canggu is known as like one of the food capitals of at least Indonesia or Southeast Asia.
Yeah, so
right?
They, as you could probably tell from a majority of our videos, I feel like we almost mentioned food at least once or twice in all of our videos. So it is pretty important to us. But yeah, when we arrived to Canggu, we started like looking at places to eat and restaurants and whatnot and cafes, and it was like overwhelming like how many options there were. Like I think I read an article that was saying like there's over like 300 or more like top restaurants in Canggu, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the place.
Yeah, then there's coffee everywhere. I mean, any kind of food you need. And also if you are vegan or have like special dietary needs, they have everything accommodating towards any type of dietary issues, which is awesome. So the second thing is kind of a smorgasbord of nature, beaches, and sunsets. So just being in Bali, you are surrounded by obviously beaches as you are on an island, but also kind of like a jungly feel.
Yeah, it's got like a good mixture of both, like a little like beach feel, but also like rainforest jungle type feel. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Like we went to, it's just very lush too. Like we went to the monkey like sanctuary or forest, and it was, so it's a interesting experience.
Yeah. And the reason that she's laughing, to make a very long story short, we were walking through, I had my backpack on, my day pack, and a monkey jumped on top of me, and I tried to remain as calm as possible. We didn't get any footage of it, but it started opening.
He wasn't very calm.
No, I wasn't like screaming, but I was like, oh gosh, get this thing off me, get this thing off me.
And all the monkey wanted was, he was just unzipping the backpack. He was like trying to see what we had in there. He wanted maybe water, snacks, or whatever, and I just jumped over and was closing it. He kept opening it, closing it, so we were having a little battle. That was fun.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I was worried about is I had my sunglasses, I believe, on the back of my head, and I didn't want him to take my sunglasses. Like, I had my headband on, I didn't care about that. I just didn't want him to take my sunglasses. Thankfully, he didn't get anything, but it was kind of a stressful but hilarious moment.
Yeah, so pro tip when you go there, don't wear your sunglasses on your head.
Do not bring any food.
Don't bring any food or like really water even either. They get all excited about that.
Don't look them in the eyes.
Don't look them in the eyes. And they have all these signs everywhere, but these are just some pro tips. Like, it may seem like we're being maybe dramatic, but it's not. We kind of thought that about what everyone else was saying. We were like, oh, we saw them in, like, monkeys in Malaysia and stuff. Like, they weren't that bad. These monkeys are like
psychopaths.
Yeah, they're like fight to the death. Like, they don't even care. They'll just jump right on you. Like, no, they don't care. Besides that, the sunsets, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the sunsets were outstanding. I mean, if you want a beach sunset every night, and you're thinking kind of like a Hawaii-esque sunset, Bali has exactly that. Just Bali in general.
Every single night, it was just like, if we were at our hostel or if we were at, like, took our motorbike down to the beach, it was beautiful.
Yeah. So number 3 is the digital nomad scene / vibe. So again, yeah, when you travel somewhere, you can kind of understand like what's going on around you. And when you're in Bali, I mean, the average traveler there, while there are, you know, some outliers, it's people from the ages of, you know, 21 to 35. A lot of people are digital nomads, so traveling full time. And there's a lot of just energy in the air.
You just get a sense of it, like when you're
kind of
in town.
Like Vegas in a weird way. Not like, you know,
Not
casinos everywhere, but just like the ambiance, the electricity in the air. Like there's just like
but
positivity going on.
It's a certain ambiance. It's not a Vegas ambiance. It's a something. I mean, the way that I look at it is kind of like what California used to be. It's like it kind of has like that small surfer town, like everyone's talking to everyone, like lots of just very cool, chill like vibes. The vibes just right when you get into Bali are really cool.
Yeah, it's a very positive place, and even the locals too they're just happy. Everyone's just in a very good
all
mood.
the travelers, all the locals, everyone's so friendly. Like we almost every single time we went out to dinner or went to a cafe, we ended up having a conversation with like the couple next to us or like someone sitting next to us or the server or anyone. Like people are constantly talking to each other. Like a lot of the restaurants have those big shared tables where you can go and sit next to a bunch of different people and kind of socialize, which was something that we are always very interested in, is getting to know other people and what they're doing and where they're traveling to and their likes and dislikes and picking up tips along the way.
And then number 4 is, you know, activity / adventures, kind of similar to
abundance.
There's, I mean, again, whatever your interests are, there's going to be an available activity to take part in. So
especially like Airbnb experiences. There were so like countless, and to anything you wanted, going from cooking classes to yoga to surfing lessons to hikes to whitewater rafting. Like it's all, even like all walks of the world, like anything you're interested in, they probably have something for you. And we partook in a few of those activities. We did surfing lessons, which was really fun. It was, I don't know. I kind of grew up surfing a little bit. My brothers all surf in California. I was never the best or that keen on it. And he's done it like 1 or 2 other times, and we're like, hey, we're in Bali, let's try. Like,
and it was super affordable.
Yeah, it was so affordable and just a really, really good time. And we did whitewater rafting. We kind of like to do that almost everywhere we go. We kind of have a love for whitewater rafting.
Yeah, we do.
What else did we do? We did some surfing, whitewater. The waterfalls. And like just so much nature. It's like all these different hikes, and we did this hike that you go. Also, we did it the worst time ever.
We think it's a good idea to do a hike
middle of the day
in the hottest part of the day. This bod don't do that.
No.
But it is gorgeous. Pretty cool.
We did it like 2 o'clock, and you had to go up, and it was just like this big walk.
It was blaring hot.
Yeah, it was
we were
like
drenched.
so
we were
hot.
drenched in sweat.
But it was really pretty, just this very like jungle-esque like view of Bali, which was really cool. The rice fields are gorgeous.
Oh yeah, the rice fields.
There's just endless amounts of like greenery and waterfalls and all these different things to see. But honestly, by far my favorite like adventure was just renting a scooter.
I don't think this is safe, but she is currently driving us, and we're headed to a temple that's like 35 miles away on this thing. This might be dangerous. Driving around Bali, pro tip for going to Bali, you have to have a motorbike, and not so much because things are kind of stretched out, but because the traffic is really bad. If you're in a car, your commute time, imagine in LA if you had a motorcycle versus a car. I mean, your travel time is going to be vastly different.
Yeah.
And they're super affordable. Gas is dirt cheap.
You can just buzz right through all the traffic, you weave your way through, and it's kind of a fun experience. If you have like a little bit of experience on like an ATV or motorcycle, anything like that, you can manage. So I was driving the entire time, and it was like kind of like a little dream fulfilled of mine. I've always wanted to like have a Vespa or a motorcycle, so it was kind of fun just to like live that a little. We had a motorbike for 2 weeks, so that was really fun.
Yeah, and we made it work. It was very
Except
very
for
doable.
one tiny little accident.
Yeah, she scraped my foot on the side of the sidewalk, and I ended up with a bloody foot, but I didn't lose any toes.
I was trying to get us weaving through traffic, and I got a little too close to the sidewalk and rammed Brett's foot into the sidewalk, so that wasn't a good
But
thing.
nonetheless, other than that, no real accidents.
Yeah,
so
so that was super fun. And like I said, the scenery too, when you're just going through, like you can see rice fields to your left, beaches to your right, like it's really pretty when you get a scooter and just kind of explore around.
Yeah.
Oh, and temples I did mention, but there's, of course, in Bali, like endless amounts of temples and beautiful things to see, but we kind of did a little bit of everything, which was really fun.
In a 2 week span, I think pretty much did everything we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But the best part, again,
which really brings it all together.
Yes, is affordability. So we love to talk about, how to pay for being a digital nomad, how to afford something like this. So everything that we did in Bali was super inexpensive. So the scooter or the motorbike was like
$3 a day.
Yeah, $3 to $4 a day. A full gas tank was about $4 to $5 US. Each of our meals, which typically included, a latte or a latte or a coffee, excuse me, 2 entrees, and usually a dessert was roughly about $20 US, which in the US you're looking at least $40 US.
Sometimes more than that.
Yeah, sometimes more.
With
depending
tips
where
and
you are.
taxes and all that. But this is all like $20, that's it. Everything included.
Housing, so we stayed in a hostel, which I think was $10. No, how much was it?
I think it was, I want to say it was like 30. It was a little
For a
bit
private
more.
room.
It was because we were in a private room.
Yeah, which
But
again, $15 a person is still not bad.
You stay in the bunks, of course, it's going to be like $8. So, but we had a private room.
Yep, and then we stayed in kind of like a hotel slash
We found it on
resort,
Airbnb, but it was a
kinda.
hotel.
But again, that was still $40 US a night. It was pretty nice. So all the way in, 2 weeks in Bali probably cost us $500.
Yeah.
Probably.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and that's with adventures included. We weren't skipping out on meals. If we wanted to order a latte, we did. So the affordability of Bali is outstanding. If you are, on a budget and wanting to travel somewhere
that's gorgeous, and there's things to do.
And there's free things to do as well.
Yeah, there's free things to do. Like you could have a really, really good time in Bali. I feel like it caters to anyone.
So, and to kind of wrap this all the way together, one thing that we discovered while we were in Bali is this really cool school that got recommended to us by actually someone from LA as well at our hostel is the Green School. And with her wanting to be a teacher, possibly this could be, a living situation for us being in Bali. Again, the affordability of it, we love it there. I think the only, big downside, just to touch on this really quick, is there's a lot of trash. The trash problem in Bali is pretty bad. It's not
horrible.
It's not horrible. It's
not great.
Yeah, they just don't have a trash system there, and the locals don't really care.
It's not enough to deter both of them. It wouldn't deter us from going back. Even living there, it wouldn't deter us.
We grew up in LA. It's about the same as LA, where there's trash everywhere.
But it's still. I think it's a small problem. Like it's definitely something you could overlook.
Yeah, traffic would probably be the second biggest problem.
Yeah.
But again, where we grew up.
Yeah, we grew up in LA. I think
so
it was worse there. So.
Did you want to talk about the Green School just for a hot second?
I haven't done a ton of research on it, but I did just look into it a little bit. But it is definitely something that I would be interested in, potentially doing short term or maybe long term. It's just long story short, it's just an alternative way to teaching and to schooling. And it's mostly for expat kids, which is something that I think is really, really cool. So that might be a possibility for us.
Yeah, we left Bali thinking, wow, that is the first place no, that's not true. That's one of the few places that we've traveled to that we wish we weren't leaving.
Yeah.
It was that
We were like,
good.
oh, darn it. What if we are trying to almost figure a way to just stay there until we went home for the holidays. So we're like, we could just stay in Bali until we go home.
Yeah, it was I love it there.
Yeah,
I would
really
get on a flight tomorrow
Yeah.
to go. It was that great. Yeah, so that's the 5 reasons to visit Bali if you are interested in taking a trip there.
Yep. So, like Brett said, looking forward, we have a few more stops until we head home for the holidays. And yeah, we have one kind of exciting thing to be that I will be doing in our next video in Thailand. So be sure you guys tune in for that.
Yeah, so that is wrapping up Bali. So again, we're in Thailand right now. We'll wrap up Thailand in the next video. Vietnam's next after that, and then a quick stop in Tokyo, and then an outstanding flight that we are going to be taking home, which will be an entire vlog segment that I'm going to take over producing. So that'll be really exciting. But thanks again for tuning in as always, guys, and we'll see you guys on our next adventure. Take it easy, guys.